Hello friends, welcome to my channel Scientist Words. I am your friend Ashwin. Today we're going to discuss on the topic about unlocking the universe, how Albert Einstein genius transformed science. Let's dive into the world of Albert Einstein, the man who practically invented the phrase thinking outside the box. He is the genius behind some of the most mind-bending ideas in physics, like the theory of relativity, which changed how we understand space and time. And of course, we can't forget about E equal to mc square, the most famous equation ever scribbled on a chalkboard. You can learn about a lot about E equal to mc square in my other video. But beyond the science, Einstein was also known for his quirky sense of humor and that unforgettable hair. Seriously, he made bedhead look cool long before it was trendy. Now let's talk about the theory that shook the scientific world, Einstein's theory of relativity. This isn't just your average relativity, it's a kind that redefined everything we thought we knew about space and time. Einstein showed us that space and time are actually linked together in a single entity called space-time. And gravity isn't just a force, it's a curve in the space-time fabric. Imagine it like a trampoline. When you place a heavy object on it, the surface bends. That's what massive objects like planets do to space-time. But the real mind blender, time isn't just as constant as you think. It can speed up or slow down depending on how fast you're moving and how close you are to a massive object. So if you ever felt like time was dragging in math class, maybe you were just too close to a black hole. Let's break down the most famous equation in the universe, E equal to mc square. On the surface, it looks pretty simple. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. But what it does really mean? Ancient equations tells us that mass and energy are two sides of the same coin. They can be converted into each other. This idea is at the heart of nuclear energy and also explains why atomic bombs are so powerful. When you convert every tiny bit of mass into energy, the result is explosive, literally. So while Einstein might not have set out to build bombs, his work laid the groundwork for understanding the incredible power locked inside matter. And all of that from just three letters and a number. Einstein wasn't just a brilliant scientist, he was also quite the character. He had a playful side that often showed through in his humor. One of his most famous photos is the one where he's sticking out of his tongue at the camera, which has since become an iconic image. Einstein also had a deep love for music, especially the violin, and he often said that if he hadn't been a physicist, he might have been a musician. But here is a fun fact. While he loved to sail, he wasn't actually very good at it. In fact, he couldn't swim, which made his sailing adventures a bit risky. Despite this, he enjoyed the calm and freedom of being out on the water, away from the complexities of the universe he was always unraveling. Even though Einstein is most famous for his theory of relativity, it was actually his work on the photoelectric effect that won him the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921. The photoelectric effect is all about how light can knock down electrons out of atoms, creating electricity. Einstein's explanation of how this phenomena was one of the key pieces that helped build the foundation of quantum mechanics, a whole new way of thinking about the tiny particles that makes up our universe. So while relativity might be a most celebrated theory, it's quantum mechanics that earned him the big award. It just goes to the show that sometimes your greatest achievements might not be the ones that get the most attention. Einstein wasn't just a thinker, he was also a man of action. When it comes to social and political issues, he was a strong advocate for civil rights. Even after joining the NAACP and speaking out against racism in America, as a Jewish scientist, Einstein fled Nazi Germany in 1933 using his fame and influence to help other Jewish refugees escape as well. But perhaps one of the most complex part of his legacy is his involvement in the development of the atomic bomb. Although he didn't work directly on the Manhattan Project, his famous letter to President Roosevelt helped spur the US to start the project. After witnessing the devastation caused by nuclear weapons, Einstein became a passionate advocate for nuclear disarmament, spending the later years of his life campaigning for peace. It is a powerful reminder that even the greatest minds can grapple with the consequences of their discoveries. Einstein's legacy is as vast as the universe he studied. His ideas didn't just change science, they changed how we think about reality itself. His work on relativity laid the foundation for such a modern physics, influencing everything from GPS technology to understanding of black holes. But beyond the equations and theories, Einstein had become a cultural icon. His name is practically synonymous with the word genius, and his image, wild hair and all, has come to represent the power of creativity and imagination. Einstein showed us that even the most complex problems can be solved with a little bit of curiosity and a lot of determination. He continues to inspire scientists, students, and dreamers all over the world, proving that the only thing more powerful than knowledge is imagination. To wrap things up, let's indulge in a few more quirky details about Einstein that might just surprise you. First up, ice cream. Einstein was a big fan of this sweet treat and even joked that he used to negotiate for more research funding. Apparently, a little bit of ice cream could go a long way in convincing people to support his work. Einstein also had a rather unconventional approach to problem solving. He was known for daydreaming and letting his mind wander, which often led him to breakthrough ideas. It turns out that some of his most famous theories were developed during the moments of idle contemplation rather than the traditional lab experiments. So, next time you find yourself lost in thought, remember you might just be on the verge of a great discovery. Thank you for watching. I hope you discovered something new about unlocking the universe and how Albert Einstein's genius transformed science. See you guys in my next video. Thanks again for watching. Bye bye.